Hello guys, welcome to another grand interesting video on your Leansimcorp channel, and in this tutorial we are going to learn about coordinated task sequences. Okay, so what we are going to look at, so your model will be looking similar to what you are seeing right now at the end of the tutorial. Okay, so we are going to understand how to create such tasks where two operators are being used to transfer the part from single queue onto two different processors, right? They are working in coordination, and that is where it is standard loading task under coordinated task tutorials. So we are going to understand this, how to create this by using process flow. What are the tips we are going to keep in mind? What are the tricks you should be using here? All those things you will be getting in this tutorial in detail. So watch this tutorial till end. In the next part, we are going to understand very interesting of coordinated task tutorials. So stay tuned and let's start the tutorial. Hello all, welcome to another grand interesting video on your Leansimcorp channel, and in this today's video we are going to learn about a very new topic, and that is going to be coordinated task tutorials. And what is that going to be is like we are going to create a task sequence where two people are going to work together to perform a single task. Okay, so in the last tutorials we have already understood about task logics, and we have understood how to create task logics by using different features in Flexsim, that would be list and multiple stuffs like that. Okay, now what we are going to do is, similar to the simulation model which we built in our previous things, we are going to create those in this tutorial series as well. Okay, now how the tasks are going to be in this process flow, will direct two operators to load and unload the boxes from one queue to two different processors. Building this simple transportation series of tasks first will help you to see how coordinated tasks are built a little bit different from the standard task. So before that, what we're going to do now is we are going to create a 3D model. So let us build a 3D model. In this, what you have to do is you have to drag two queues. Okay, so here are our two queues. We will rename that also later. But we will be also adding two operators. Okay, so let us add two operators. One would be yellow color and other would be, the color, so that we can differentiate those. Then we have the processor out here and we have another processor out in here. Okay, so we have two processors and we connect the system to the sink. Okay, and here comes our sink. Let us rename our Q1 to the standard queue, and then let us make another queue as rename it as the large queue. Okay, so probably we'll have a big parts onto this queue. And then when you look at the processor, we'll rename that as processor A, we'll rename the bottom as processor B, and we will rename this operator as A. Okay, and we'll rename the operator 2 as again operator B. So we have two operators, the queues and the processors and stuff like that. Now what we are going to do, so here if you see, the operator properties are probably the same as like we have these operators, right? So it is going to be your staff, we have been taking it, and everything properties are going to be the same one. Now let us add a group and add these operators to a group. So I am creating a group. For that group we are going to name at operators, and in that we are going to add these people. So let us add these two operators there. So operator A comes, operator B is coming here. So we have created a group and we have added those. We will repeat the process and create another group for processors. So let us duplicate this and add processors as the other thing. We'll just delete these things and use sampler to select these two processors out here. Now we have selected two processors. Now, okay, what we are going to do is we are going to add activities to the process flow now, and we are going to create a process flow for the system to work. Okay, so we created a 3D model. There are no connections as of, nothing is working. There is no source as well. Okay, So let us create a general process flow. In this process flow, what we are going to do now is we are supposed to add in different elements. Okay, so first box which we will be adding, okay, first a logic task which we are going to add is we are going to add a process. Okay, so I make this down and I'll just reset this. I'll just make the process flow bigger. Here comes the other thing. Okay, and then I rename this to resources. Okay, so here I rename that as 2 resources, and here I'll add 2 resources. Okay, one would be for processor, one would be for operator. Okay, so we can use both of the thing. It's not a problem for us. Renaming this to proc, so that means processors, and we'll rename this to operators. Okay, so here we have 2 resources been created. Then we are going to create another what I can say, this thing, where we are going to use another process, and that is going to be for boxes. So we are going to create boxes because we don't have source. We are going to create the system using process flow. Okay, so we create boxes out here. Now what we're going to do is we are going to add this thing, this source here. Okay, and we add here source. I'll just make this bigger so we will be able to see the properties of the system. And then we create another thing, that is create object is going to be another elements of the system. We can make this bigger, and as per our requirement we can rename those as well. Okay,